students, continue from the previous history chapter 2. Today we will read about prahastis and land grants. What are the prahastis? Prahastis were the written documents. They were often written in praise of the kings. They mentioned the king as valiant, victorious, various, etc. They described the king's achievement. These prahastis were composed by learned Brahmins. Kings often rewarded Brahmins by grants of lands. The grants were recorded on copper plates. These recorded plates were given to those who received the land. A person who received the land could collect taxes from it. In contrast to rights of prahastis, a 12th century author named Kalhan was often critical about rulers and their policies. He composed a long Sanskrit poem that contained a history of the kings of Kashmir. He took the help of a variety of sources such as inscriptions, documents, earlier histories, eyewitness accounts, etc. to complete his work. Next we will read about the warfare for wealth. The rulers belonging to the Gujar, Pratiharas, Palas and Rajputas dynasties often fought of control over Kannauj. Kannauj was then a symbol of sovereignty. It was well situated in the northern plains. Therefore, whoever captured Kannauj had control over Ganga Valley. Since there were three parties in this long-drawn conflict, historians described it as the tripartite struggle. These three kingdoms were almost equal in strength, so the victory of one king over the other did not last very long. These kingdoms were so busy in fighting among themselves that they did not realize how weak they had all become. Around the end of 10th century AD, these powers declined almost simultaneously. Other dynasties came into existence over their territories. Most of these dynasties were Rajput. There are many rulers comes from the Afghanistan. For wealth, they have attacked so many times in our India. Their main target were the temples. One of the best known of such ruler is Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni, that belongs from the Afghanistan. He ruled over here up to 997 to 1030, and he extended control over parts of Central Asia, Iran and the northwestern part of the subcontinent. He raided the subcontinent almost every year. His targets were wealthy temples, including that of Somnath, Gujarat. Much of the wealth Mahmud carried away was used to create a splendid capital city, which he had made in the Ghazni. Ghazni is in Afghanistan. Sultan Mahmud was also interested in finding out more about the people he conquered. Means वो जानना चाहता था कि जिन लोगों के ऊपर उसने जीत हासिल की है वो कैसे हैं, उनकी लाइफ कैसी है. So he entrusted a scholar named Al-Biruni to write an account of the subcontinent. उसने अल-बरूनी को हायर किया इस सबकॉन्टिनेंट में खुद के द्वारा जीते हुए लोगों के बारे में लिखने के लिए. This Arabic work known as the Kitab-ul-Hind. Kitab-ul-Hind is a creation by Al-Biruni, जो संस्कृत भाषा में लिखा गया है, जिसके लिए उसने जो हमारे इंडिया में जो स्कॉलर्स थे संस्कृत के, उनके द्वारा ही उसने उसको कंपोज किया था. ये अरेबिक वर्क है, अरेबिक भाषा में लिखा हुआ है. और भी कई राजा थे महमूद गजनी के अलावा जिन्होंने भारत में रहकर जो मंदिर वगैरह थे उनके ऊपर अटैक किया. वो थे चहामांस, जिनको बाद में चौहान के नाम से जाना गया. Who ruled over the region around दिल्ली एंड अजमेर. दिल्ली और अजमेर के जो रीजन थे वहाँ पर चौहानों का शासन रहा था काफ़ी समय तक. उन्होंने भी वेस्ट और ईस्ट में अपनी पावर जो है वो काफ़ी बढ़ाई थी, और उनको गुजरात में चालुक्यास के द्वारा और वेस्टर्न उत्तर प्रदेश में गढ़वाल्स के द्वारा उनको डिफीट होना पड़ा था, उनको सामना करना पड़ा था. द बेस्ट नोन चहमन रूलर वॉज पृथ्वीराज थर्ड, जिसके बारे में हम सब जानते हैं. पृथ्वीराज थर्ड जो था बहुत प्रसिद्ध चौहान राजा ने अफगान के प्रसिद्ध रूलर्स मोहम्मद गौरी जो था उसको 1191 में पराजित किया था, डिफीट किया था. लेकिन उसके अगले साल 1192 में खुद उसके द्वारा पराजित हो गया. नेक्स्ट वी विल रीड अबाउट द चोलास. जो हम